I've been analysing some 2004 cassette radio tapes, like I said earlier on in my channel I was going to do. Before my channel started as a TI channel, it was just going to be an exploring channel, and I put on some of my old cassette tapes of when I was 14 years old, when I had a camcorder. But I first had that camcorder when I was 11, 12, back in 2004, and it's weird stuff on there. I'm going to put the video on, I think, first, and then the snippets of audio I'm going to pull out, which proves if they're doing a schizo operation on you, they start early to try and sensitise you to hearing the sound, which fucking proves it 100% as far as I'm concerned. It's not in the brain. I've had a brief look at Quacker book as well, 5th edition, and I got 6th edition, but I haven't really even scratched the surface of them two books. But it's something in there. It says about testing out the patient. Like, I'm not sure what that's about. I need to read that with fresh eyes. But anyway, go back to what I'm doing now. I wasn't even under anyone then. I was diagnosed with moderate learning difficulties, about 9 years old. And I explained that in one of my older videos, that I used to feel disorientated when I was trying to learn something that I needed and which would better me, like literacy. I got over the disorientation with computers by just keeping going. Like, even playing a simple game like San Andreas in 2005, like, getting to the last point of the mission, and it would almost be like a hit of disorientation. But I used to keep on trying, and eventually I'd do it. Like, I used to feel like when you experience it now, when you look back, it's almost like a wave of radio frequencies disorientating you, if you'd want to look at it that way. And I don't care if there's no believers who watch my channel. I don't give a fuck if you think I'm fucking crazy. That's what I've experienced, and that's how I felt with it, like. But anyway, going back now to what I'm just saying, I'm now analysing my 2004 video of myself, and I can assure you I wasn't doing this at this time. I didn't start till I was 14. I was 12 years old. This weird, creepy AI Rice pop in and say, masturbating. And I was playing with a gat gun, which didn't work, and it didn't even have the cork that goes in it either. I don't know if anyone knows what a gat gun is. Like, it's like a little thing you push down into the floor to get the spring to go back, and you put a cork in it and fire it. My brother gave me that, but I was just messing about on camera with that, so I film myself doing stuff like that. But it's another one where I got BB guns, and we're gonna probably be adding this to this video anyway. Yeah. And 1999, my brother passed away, but I was having issues before my brother passed away, before 1999. So I'm not sure what how I can like explain this, but my brother passed away in 1999 at 20 years old. But we moved to a different house then, and I have heard, like, on the grapevine, they like to disturb people's who's lost family members and stuff, like brothers and stuff, like they like to play tricks, like I'm not classing this as henny haunting at all, not like that, but like try to make them schizo basically, because the family members passed away. Oh right, we're making him schizo. My mother has experienced like ridiculous depression and never got over what she's dealing with. Like, she has never been able to get over losing my brother. She's still here with us now, and Mum is. She's a lot better now, but her depression over the years has been absolutely off the Richter scale. And I personally myself, I'm putting that down to radio frequency harassment sort of thing. Like I like to stick to the word Arana syndrome, because that's exactly what it fucking is. Like, you had that posh bunch of bastards who went off to that fucking embassy, and they all felt fucking weird for fucking half an hour, and they called it Arana syndrome and blamed it on Russia, didn't they, or something like that. That's a narrative. I can bet you any money that's a fucking narrative. That was a little test done on them. But anyway, so now Arana syndrome happens to pretty much a hell of a lot of people in society because of population cull. We could mention the Georgia Guidestones and all of that, and then sudden disappearance of them. So the agency pops the Georgia Guidestones there and then makes them go away. It's all one piss take, like. And I've had enough, like. I'm now 31. Well, to be totally honest, I'm 33, but some people say I look like I'm 25, but it's not the point. I've had a fucking guts full of having the piss taken out of me, and especially about my childhood. Well, now we're back on you now, looking at my videos that I've got from 2004, and I'm amplifying. All I've done on this particular one is slightly remove the S, and you can hear that bit, and I wasn't doing that. I'm going to try and find the exact timestamp of when I said it in normal format and the slightly amplified up format, or I might just chuck the whole thing on, I'm not sure yet. But this is evidence of a mental health narrative at work in the United Kingdom, and I'm a British, UK, Welsh citizen, and this goes completely against my human rights. I haven't even been able to work most of my life. I managed to get on some training schemes when I was 16 and stuff, but when I got to the age of 13 and 14, which is which is after my first experience of the v2k technology, as the slang name for it is v2k. My very, very first taster of v2k was at like 12 years old, and maybe before as well, because the more I think of it, like, it's been some funny things which don't add up. I wish I'd had a camera my entire life now, an audio recorder, but going forward I'm going to continue to record now because it needs to be done at the end of the day. And like I said, I recommend you check out my people on my channel who I am subscribed to, because they can explain different parts of the story very well, of their own stories very well. People I'm subscribed to, because my subscriptions are open so everyone can see them, so I suggest you look at them. And as for like detoxing and stuff, I've been flat out doing that. They forced me to take psych meds since 2012 up to date now, 2025. I take psych meds because of it. I started in 2012 on the psych meds, and I take them since 2012. But as for detoxification, I've had 3 pokes, as you would say, COVID pokes, vaccination, 3 of them, and then I've turned my back on any more of them, no chance. But as for desensitisation myself, it's not happening, like, but that's fine. If I can't do that, they're just going to find themselves a fucking constant. Eventually, when I got a better setup, I plan to have a microphone which records 10 hours per day during night time and sometimes daytime. And I'm just going to upload it to YouTube as it is every day, away from where I am. I am going to build like a concrete block and put it inside a glass jar and put some insulation around it, and then fill it with concrete and put it somewhere. I'm probably going to use it as like a coffee table, or maybe put it outside, I'm not sure, but I want it somewhere where it's quiet and where it's completely muffled, because the radio frequencies hit the microphone and I'll be knocking out all my internal noises. A lot lately I've been doing recordings inside a Faraday cage, which has been different. But yeah, they're not going to take the piss out of me with some fucking AI computer with some horrible AI female and male voice speaking to me. Alright? And I would also like to I would also like to make people aware and feel rest assured, because I am being hit with this technology, I am no danger to anyone or myself. It's actually made me wake up and be bloody more health and safety than ever, to be totally honest with you. But it doesn't seem to want to stop. It almost seems like it wants me. I can't get my head around whether it wants me to do this or not, but it's not leaving me alone. So I'm doing recordings. I can't desensitise from the problem. I take the epoxy British psych meds. I've been labelled a diagnosis and I can't get a job, and they still hit me with noises and I can record it. And it's very, I wouldn't say it's easy to record, but it's not too bad in my situation. Like, it depends on the person, like, and what sort of microphone you have, like. And I followed the best advice. I got myself an Olympus VN541 PC. What's that say I got? It's an Olympus VN541 PC Olympus, and I got 3 of these ones. I got some really old Olympus microphones which I bought off eBay randomly, which I haven't even tried yet. And I got a Sony microphone as well. And I got basic camcorder HD, which, to be totally honest, does not record like this does here. But I as far as I'm concerned, like, I think I'm helping out society by what I'm doing now, because they are trying to make people go crazy as fuck, like. And we know what's going on over the other side of the pond, which makes me feel sick, actually. And the way they go on about it in little snippets, we hear nothing in British media, but they have a little snippet sometimes. Oh, it was this and it was that. It makes me feel sick. But what's going on in Britain, like, in United Kingdom, is pretty bad, like, and we all know it's down to this audio harassment, Arana syndrome, technology, v2k. We know it's all down to that. What's going on? And it pisses me off, like. And the politicians, like, so fucking on acid trips, and the GCHQ and MI5, like, are they so fucked up, like, they don't realise that something is causing this shit, like? Well, if they don't realise something is causing this shit, this is one way I could maybe offer some advice to the shits, like. I'd take the word back, shits, if they're unaware, but amp up your amplifying recording capabilities, and you may hear when noises are going on, and you may be able to stop someone who's getting chatted up without giving him a criminal record, like, because you might realise that he's receiving some audio harassment. He's completely unaware of his situation, and he thinks it's a reality all of a sudden, and what's going on. Because personally, myself, I don't think there's many people in my country, United Kingdom, who's aware of it. I'm going to jump back to a video I done a few weeks back. Paperclip and high jump copy of a documentary video. That's there, like, as well. Do you know what I mean? It's enough to make you angry anyway. And if I was a fucking politician sat in the Houses of Parliament now, yeah, I'd be thinking the same way as I'm thinking, like, what the fuck is going on to my country? You're fuck what Prime Minister we got. And you're fuck about any of that, like, what fucking party sits there or nothing, like, it's bigger than that, like, this is a whole humanity thing. And I think every fucker's affected. And it's down to some dark, deep state. And what I mean by deep state is endless pots of taxpayers' money it pays private and government corporations, which no one knows about, to fuck about and test on people. Alright, that's what it all lays down to. And this is not a humane way to be treating any fucking one, like, even though I got very mildly, like, they started on me as a young fucking kid, like, just basic testing their fucking audio equipment, see if I could hear it. And I always used to put it off as, oh, that was something else. And at the point where they said that word M to me, I didn't even know what I was about. I was a bit babyish, like, until I was 14 years old. But, yeah, but I remember it. And I also remember my name, Matthew. Matthew being called to me at different locations where it was no one in that proximity with that sort of rice, the same as the bit that's going on first, it would have called me at. So, no. They're obviously trying to see this lot of fuckery, and it does piss you off, like. So I can't say anyone who's responsible. I don't know, like. But apparently MI5 is responsible for security for Britain, like. So what do they know about it, like? My guess is it's decompartmentalised, so they don't know fuck all, like, is my guess. And it's deep state fucking dark private companies with endless pots of money, which is trying some narrative on most of the West and probably further on civilization of this planet. But no, I think people who have a microphone, who experience some issue, need to record. It don't take much to amplify it up. Don't bother with newer versions of software. Get some older software. I suspect you could use newer versions of software as well. I don't know, like, I've been bothering with computers since I was fucking a young child. My earliest computer was Windows 95. I'm 32 years old now, and I used to have a little play around with my old computer, like, it wasn't even connected to the internet. I used to just play around with it. I had different programs on it, but you can fucking get yourself some old computer software, and you can pretty much pull out what's being said. But my advice is, don't have it connected to the internet, and if you're using a laptop, you're going to want to make sure there's no Wi-Fi and nothing like that, because you may expect some fuckery from the deep state to stop you from proceeding in what you're doing. Like, they might dub it over, they might delete and edit as you're doing it, things like that. If you remove the Wi-Fi, you're not going to have that problem. And you remove your Bluetooth as well. I'm using a fucking 10-year-old laptop for my editing, and my other laptop is a fucking a 2019 laptop, which I just use for basic uploads, and then that's it. And I use it for listening to music, and it's offline. But you don't want to be sat with a computer with a Wi-Fi card in it while you're trying to do this, because you're going to have fuckery if you're getting on to something like audio harassment, because they are trying to hide it fast. And then they will do fuckery with you. I've experienced technical glitches with my computer with a Wi-Fi card in. I had another computer, which was about a year or so ago. I was trying to install an old copy of Windows XP on it, and I tried and tried and tried, and it would not let me do it. And I took the Wi-Fi card out, but I undid it and had a good look, and it still had a card in it. It said main LAN. Like, what's the main LAN? Is this something to do with Ethernet connection? I don't know. It was right next to it. But I removed the main LAN out of the laptop, and then Windows XP installed fast as fuck on a solid state drive in a fucking a 2010 laptop, like, it straight away, like, quick as fuck. But until I removed that main LAN, it kept saying error, crashing, and won't install. So that says it all. But yeah, You got to think of things like that, because they do fuck with your computers. It doesn't even matter if you're gonna have Wi-Fi in your home. Like the if you're up to something like audio harassment, Arana syndrome recordings, they're gonna fuck about with your technology. I have basic non-visual, but I have basic proof that they can mess around with you if you have a Wi-Fi. And I can assure you, if you sat on top of a fucking mountain with Wi-Fi card in your laptop, they would still be able to screw your computer around. So if you're doing audio editing for serious stuff like this, do it on a computer which doesn't have any Wi-Fi connection at all. And if you're doing recordings, get yourself an older Olympus, like a VN5 for 1PC or older. I'm beginning to think that cassette tape dictaphones work good as well. I only know basic Adobe editing, like, but removing some of the crackles, like, off this old camcorder, like, it's surprising. Like, don't even need, just all you need to do is amplify it up a bit. But it's surprising. It really is surprising. Like, older technology is better, because the newer technology, they've got stuff in there like to stop you from recording it. And as for a test later on down the road, I'm going to use my iPhone 10, and that's 2018. That's the last iPhone I'm ever going to own, because it's the only 4G one I've owned from brand new. But I'm gonna put it on flight mode. I'm going to put it in a Faraday cage, and I'm going to turn the microphone on and see what that picks up. And I got a Samsung as well, which is 4G, which is a few years old. I'm going to do the same with that, but I can guarantee it, them microphones have layers of shit built into them to stop you from recording the harassment. And I think a lot of that goes for like police body cameras and stuff like that. But come on, like, with all the forensic technology that they have, they should be able to pull out something, like. But the older your microphone, old CCTV units with audio, unfortunately my CCTV doesn't have audio at the moment, but yeah, you can like get it quite easy. I noticed my HD camcorder, like, which is a bit newer, the audio off that, it's fucking shit compared to my dictaphone and other stuff I've got. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that for now, and I'm going to continue what I'm trying to put together here. And it's interesting stuff, it's evidence. People are given their mental health illness like a script, basically, like a fucking written script out of the fucking books, as we call them. My area is probably 4 and 5, maybe 3, 4 and 5. What I've been dealing with, probably 5 and 6. But it's like a script out of there, like, straight out of there. Complete piss take, and I'm not happy with it. I'm not angry with quacker psychiatry people, because they're probably fast asleep people who've gone to university and college, and all they've learned is what's in them books, and that's fair enough. Like, I suggest to any psychiatrists, like, if you ever come across my channel, is get a microphone and sneakily record at different times. But I've become aware myself that the AI system can become aware of when I have my microphone on and it is shut up. So sometimes, like, I use the microphone to shut it up, and I will be putting recordings on where I've turned the microphone on and it slowly goes quiet, and then it seems to like lose interest in the microphone and it starts to slowly pick back up, like, sort of situation I've dealt with as well in the past. It's very interesting stuff, like, it's interesting stuff, and unfortunately, like, you have to keep a sense of humour with it, otherwise you're going to get upset, because it's quite a nasty situation to deal with. So it's a good idea to keep a sense of humour, but as far as I'm concerned, like, this is one of the biggest conspiracies on this fucking planet, like, and I don't know how many people know, and I don't know who doesn't know, but it's a serious situation, because I think it involves a lot of people, like every normal day Joe to fucking everyone, like. And my experiences of gang stalking, as far as I'm concerned, is audio harassment technology, like, and we're in 2025, and they're not fucking bragging about this neural technology and fucking audio weapons with people walking down the street saying little fucking random shit to you. It's done from fucking a distance. It's done from the ether, which is all around, which is Wi-Fi, 4G, 3G, fucking HARP technologies. Like, there's no one close to you as making these sounds, as far as I'm concerned. And that's the way I will always treat it. Because when I was a child, go back to when I was, look, this video I've done now, it was always like people my own age was taking a piss, like, but I just used to walk past and completely ignore it, but they wasn't like, you can almost have the sense, I've always had the sixth sense that wasn't there, but it was there. Like, I didn't have the microphone on me 24/7, like, I did a few recordings, like, but listening back, like, you realise that it wasn't there, but it was there, like, so if you'd had a tape recorder, it would have recorded it, but to other people's ears, luggles, wouldn't have recorded it. And that's how we tried to make a person schizo, by doing something like that. So the person goes and says, oh, I'm hearing this over there, and you be hearing it in front of a doctor, a nurse or professional person, and that person's not hearing it, but the victim patient is hearing it. But you need microphone technology coming out of your asses now with what we're going into, by the way. That's my opinion anyway. And I genuinely don't think it's a massive cover-up in Quackar. I do apologise for calling it Quackar, but I don't think it's a massive cover-up in psychiatry land with every single one who's employed to do that job. I don't think it's a cover-up like that. I think they just do what they've been taught in university and put the symptoms, is my opinion. Other opinions may differ, but that's what I think. But I also think the people who are doing that sort of role and job, some of them may find this hard to believe. The best thing I can say to those people, if you find it hard to believe, is do research and mess around with audio amplifying technology and audio cleaning technology. Try placing a microphone in a Faraday cage as well, so it blocks out other radio frequencies, but the closest one to it you're going to get, and you may be able to pick something out after amplifying, messing around with frequencies. I am the expert on this sort of stuff. Like, I've only literally just started on this audio software, but yeah, it seems to make sense. Like, do your research before they block it out on the web, like, because there's a lot of innocent people that's being set up for a fucking illness who shouldn't be set up for it. For what reason, I do not know. Part of Agenda 21, if you want to look into Agenda 21, I don't know, but I feel at this point now, for my safety, the best thing I can do is make these videos like this from time to time. I feel like they've took my life from me, the deep state, and got me fucked up. Like, I got no chance of getting a job anywhere, so I feel my best way is just to do these videos. And as far as I'm concerned, these audio and videos are non-profit, and I'm not going to make any money from it. I only have 10 subscribers. I don't care. I'm going to put my evidence on you, and I shall continue to do so up to date, because what else can I do? Like, there's nothing else to do. But I can also would like to add, I'm completely sane and normal, and I don't feel any danger from anyone in society, and I don't, as far as I'm concerned, as far as any other person should be concerned, present myself as a danger to anyone else in society. Because when you hear something, you have to think that you've heard it twice. It's audio harassment technology capabilities, which are ridiculous, basically. Other channel, which I'm subscribed to, will explain a lot more about the capabilities of audio harassment technology, fake troop movements in Iraq. They can make people hear anything, basically. So listen to something and listen to it twice if you feel like something weird is going on around you. Other TIs have mentioned visuals. I haven't got nothing much to say about that at the moment, but it's probably something in that as well. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I shall continue my video edit, and we're going to see what we're going to come up with.